We're going to do graph sketching. And we start off by a simple example. If I factorize that equation, I get x plus 6 times x minus 1 equals 0. To make this equal 0, x equals minus 6. To make this equal 0, x equals 1. So if I sketch it, I've got a dot at minus 6, I've got a dot at 1, and I've got an intercept at minus 6. So I've only got one possible answer, and that's the possible answer I've got. If I try sketching this one, I get a slightly different version. I'll just work it out as a x minus 1 squared means it's x minus 1 times x minus 1. If I work it out, I've got x squared minus 2x plus 1. So if I sketch it, this means x equals 1 and x equals 1. Both solutions are the same thing, they're equal. So if I sketch it, I've got a single point at 1. But I've got an intercept at plus 1. So how do I draw a curve, because x squared is a curve, which crosses the axis only at one place and goes as an intercept through there? It looks like this. I call it bounce. So if you see x minus 1 squared, it means that it bounces on the answer x equals 1. Over here it didn't bounce, I had two separate solutions, so my curve crossed the x-axis twice. Here it crossed once. If I bring this up to A level, this is what happens next. He will take that equation there, let's say for example, and multiply it by x. So at A level, this means I still have an answer at minus 6, just as I had before. I still have an answer at 1, as I had before. To make that 0, minus 6. To make that 0, 1. To make this 0, x has to be 0. So I've got 3 values. So if I sketch this one, I get a sketch at 1, a sketch at minus 6, and I've also got a point at 0. This only had one answer. This has two answers. One answer could be like this, and one answer could be like this. So the sketch has two possibilities. To decide which sketch is the correct sketch, you pretend x is 10. If I pretended x was 10, then the answer would be 10 multiplied by 16 multiplied by 9, which would be 160 times 9, a big number. A big number. A big positive number. So I have a hidden value. If I went to 10, I would have a big positive number up here, meaning that this particular line is the correct line. So when I add in a third x, I've got two options. I choose between the options by putting in a big number for x, usually 10, and work out is the answer positive. If the answer turned out to be negative, I would have had the reverse answer. Stop.